What's up? This is Melissa Smith, author of Theory of Rebellion, School Debut, and this is my theory. I want to do a blog about, or not a blog, a vlog about my experiences becoming a professional author. So far, I have been not really drowning myself in it. Um, I do have other aspects of my life, like a job that pays the bills, and I have an adorable son that takes up most of my time. So, my learning how to be an author has been enormously slow, but I'm getting stuff done. I'm writing right now to promote to publishers, and I'm going to see how that's doing eventually. Um, I was recently in the Foxford Book Fair. Um, I still don't know how that went because I don't get to see my royalties until the end of December. So it probably won't be until January, yeah, that I find out what my sales are from that. Um, and I am self published, so waiting to see if I get any offers from a traditional publishing company is going to be interesting because I was really proud of this book being self published. But right now, I want to branch out and do more and do that whole professional author thing. Um, the second part of Theory of Rebellion is written. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to call it, other than at the least, I'm going to call it Theory of Rebellion 2. I thought about calling it G flat or G sharp. Um, you'll have to read Theory of Rebellion 1 to find out why. Um, because it is a continuation of the story, and one of the main plots of the story gets completely settled by the end of the book, but there's another plot of the story that is only partially settled, and that has to do with the key. It's not the key of G. It I like doing musical puns for this because it isn't about a band, and I love music. I actually studied music in college, and um, it's just fun for me to talk about a band and talk about music while I'm talking about a band. Who knew? Who would put those two things together? I don't know. I finished that manuscript as far as a rough draft manuscript can be finished. I may have to read it over. I hope I can find someone else to read over it for me too, because that would be awesome. Um, I am supposedly right now working on my first sci-fi novel. When I first really knew that I wanted to be an author, I wanted to write science fiction. But Theory of Rebellion was just something that weighed on my heart so much that I had to get it out. And it ended up being the first thing that I put so much of my heart out into that it was to me enough to publish. So now I'm not necessarily working on that part uh, by itself. So there's a lot of my heart and soul that's going into the science fiction novel, but it's about science. It's science fiction. It's not just my heart and soul like Theory of Rebellion is or was, because I was 19 when I first wrote that, and um, I've grown a lot since then in more than one way. Um, this sci-fi novel is exciting for me because I get to branch out and really, for the first time, write the way that I've really wanted to, just exploring what I can do with science and making it fantastic, making it weird, and it's I'm branching out from Theory of Rebellion a lot. when it comes to the actual meat and potatoes of the story, not too much. But Theory of Rebellion is most definitely meant for teenagers or people to reflect on when they were teenagers. And this book, I would suggest being cautious about which teenagers you put this book in the hands of. Um, there will be sex. I want there to be some violence, but so far it hasn't really come out of me to be enormously violent. There's one scene with there's two scenes actually with weapons, but it doesn't get like violent. Like mm, the first one, for sure, no one gets hurt. It's just really annoying. And the second scene, I haven't actually decided how I want to end that one because it is kind of part of the ending, and I have like four different endings that I want, which actually could be spin-offs from the book, which would be cool. One of them I was told wouldn't be very interesting because it would be the logical and best for everybody, and it would bring on an era of like prosperity and knowledge and wonder, which doesn't have too much of a plot unless you're trying to figure out how to fix things. But then you don't really have someone. The antagonist is not going up against anything that's annoying or dire. It probably is annoying, but it's not. They've been living with it. Like, let's fix this problem. It's kind of like, I don't know, fixing fossil fuel usage. Now that would be that solution. The other solution would be the bad part where the antagonist loses against the baddie, and the baddie gets to win, and um, you get to see the world like pretty much crumble under this new. No, not new. They've already been ruling, but now they get to rule without hiding the fact that they're pretty much evil. And I probably just told too much, but I'm gonna have some fun with it. There's also a prequel that I could do because there is a lot of mystery in an aspect of the story. So that mystery involves a whole nother aspect of the story that isn't shown at all in the story or in the culture that's being portrayed in the story. So going back and writing that other hidden aspect would be um, something else that I could work on, or I could just move on and keep doing new things. I did have an interesting dream the other night that I think would make for a really cool story, and the dream kind of felt like I was watching a movie, and I took as many notes as I could from it, and building on that would be a lot of fun. I think it would be fun to read. I don't want to write anything that I wouldn't want to read, and I will pick up a book and after like the half of the first chapter be like, no, I can't do this. If the voices are boring, it doesn't even have to be like that extravagantly descriptive. It just has to be there has to be personality outside of here's my words, this is what happened. So that is my theory right now. It's not necessarily a theory, but that's what I'm calling this whole vlog, my theory, because it goes with my book. Um, I will hopefully do another video soon, not not too long from now. At the most, I'm probably going to end up doing one a month because I'm that busy and I don't have time to do this stuff. But I want to make time to do this because I think I need to. It just feels good. So until next time.